As the waters rise around us, as the winds rage overhead, as destruction's wake confounds us with its mounting tolls of dead, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, hear your people's yearning cry, hear your people's yearning cry. Numb with grief, our hearts are heavy, seeking courage to endure. As the harshest cost is levied on the poorest of the poor, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, hear your people's yearning cry, hear your people's yearning cry. Homes and city streets are ravaged, many lost beyond repair. Brooding Spirit, help us salvage signs of life from such despair. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, hear your people's yearning cry, hear your people's yearning cry. Gracious God, your strong compassion stilled the storm and parted seas. Free and lead us till we fashion worlds of justice, hope, and peace. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, hear your people's yearning cry. Hear your people's yearning cry. Good morning. That was a hymn by Mary Louise Bringle, one of my favorite people in the whole world, as well as hymn writers. The third entry in Hymns in Times of Crisis. I didn't know that tune until I was looking through the collection. That's lovely. So let me share my screen again so you can see what I'm talking about. If you don't know about Hymns in Times of Crisis, that's what we're going to be looking at today. I'll just share my whole screen, and then you can see, if you just Google Hymns in Times of Crisis, Hymn Society, it'll be the first one that pops up. One of the first two. It's kind of a specific Google search. And then you can download the collection. You can also preview it here. I'm going to pull up the PDF so that you can see it here. So this is Hymns in Times of Crisis. A project group put this together. It was kind of our first special collection in a really, really long time. And John Ambrose, Canadian United Church of Canada pastor and past president of the Hymn Society, there was just so much going on. I think this is 2015. He was like, I think this kind of a collection would be needed, something that would be quick to use, easy to use, royalty free, so that people would feel empowered to just use it when they really need it in these times of crises. And lo and behold, it's been useful ever since, which is sad on the one hand, but also I'm grateful for John and his work and the whole committee. So that was number 3, As the Waters Rise Around Us. So thanks for coming to Coffee and Hymns. Hope you have your coffee. I've got my Hedwig mug here from Harry Potter World. And we're gonna keep looking at these texts. The next one that I wanted to share is on page 7, number 9. Give praise for God's strange gift of Pain. Just the title really piqued my interest. And this is a text by Ray Whitney, who passed away just a few years ago. It was a wonderful, wonderful writer. Once again, lovely person as well. And this just really caught my eye. I was looking through the collection, trying to find some hidden gems or things that really seemed unique or apropos, or good for today. And this one really struck me. So I'm just going to read it. There are a couple of tunes suggested for it at the bottom that you may know, or you can look up on hymnary.org. It's the best place to look up those tunes to see which hymnals they're in. But we'll just read it as a prayer this morning. Give praise for God's strange gift of pain that tells when something is amiss. Then bid such thankfulness remain, for healing comes through hurts like this. Give praise for God's strange gift of grief that rips right through our inmost parts. Then trust, as time brings some relief, new insights will help mend our hearts. Give praise for God's strange gift of loss. When love withdraws or friends betray, such sorrows link us to the cross, where we for pardoning mercy pray. Give praise for God's strange gift of fears that mind and body paralyze, then find that when fright disappears, those strengths we need our God supplies. Give praise for gifts that touch each soul, unsought and painful though they be, that through them we may grow more whole, and from self-centeredness break free. I have a 10-year-old and a 3-year-old, and so the Pixar movies are, of course, a family favorite. In fact, they probably would be even if we didn't have kids, because they're just great movies. But we most recently rewatched Inside Out 2, which is now on the streaming services. We went to the theaters to see it when it came out about a year ago or so. And it reminds me of this text reminds me of the Inside Out movies. In the first one, the main kind of conflict is between joy and sadness, and joy just doesn't want sadness to be there. And at the end, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Inside Out 1, at the end, joy realizes that sadness is an important emotion that helps to make their person that they're living inside whole. It makes them a full human, and joy can't really exist without sadness, and that they're an important team in a way. And that's what this text reminds me of. So it's complex. I'm not sure I would sing it, but I think I would certainly use it as a prayer or maybe as a gift to people to just read through in their own time. Yeah. So let's go to page 19. There's just so many. This collection is significant. There's a lot of texts, and so there's just so much to pour through. But on page 19, I found myself stopping, as I often do when I run across an Adam Tice text. Just a wonderful text writer. And Wayfaring Stranger is such a well-known tune, and I think it's a good pairing with this text, that it really struck me. So I thought we would sing this one through. It's just 2 stanzas. That tune. So let's sing this together. So feel free to sing with me, because I can't hear you, so we don't have to worry about that Zoom phenomenon. Here we go. Sometimes our only song is weeping, our only sound is gasping breath. Sometimes it seems that God is sleeping while our brief lives are bound in death. Who hears the song our sorrows swallow, and offers hope to calm our fears, when all our words seem frail and hollow. God heeds the prayers within our tears. Sometimes we catch the faintest humming, a far-off tune our hearts know well. Sometimes we sense the Spirit coming. Our song returns, our voices swell. The Spirit sings, though we are shaken, and Christ has shared our heartfelt cries, restored our weary souls awaken to join God's song that never dies. Yeah, I just really love that text. I love how he. I like that. Like I said, the text and tune pairing is beautiful. Well, our lives are bound in death. Who hears the song? So at that moment where the tune really goes into that kind of second gear. First, it's the questions. Like we're really asking these questions. Who hears the songs our sorrows swallow and offers hope to calm our fears? And then the second stanza, our song returns, our voices swell. Our song, or the Spirit sings. So it's like the answer, and swell. As it goes into that kind of second gear, like I said, it's really well done. I'd love to see an anthem arrangement of this for choir, because it would work great for a small church choir. It would work great as a solo, and of course, it's super singable for a congregation to that tune. I could even imagine like a soloist taking the first 4 lines and then the congregation coming in on the second part, or doing a left and a right, where the left side sings the opening 4, and then everyone sings this, and then the right side sings the first 4 of the second stanza, and then everyone sings the reply. So it actually helps the dynamics swell. That'd be another way to do it. Just some ideas for how I would incorporate that. Good. Hey, Rusty Edwards. So glad you're here. Yeah, thanks for posting that in the chat. Appreciate it. Post a link to it in the chat so that people can see what you're talking about in there. That's the song you wrote after Hurricane Katrina. Page 23 is the next one that caught my eye as I was going through. And number 41, maybe the left side was just where my eye was going, because so far they've all been on the left. This is a text by Jackie Jones. Jackie's a wonderful text writer living in New York City, and just has a wonderful way with words. And this text really makes you, it's convicting, I think. It doesn't pull back on the radical nature of our faith and the radical call of Jesus to love our enemy. And she really digs in here on what that means. There are various. This tune wasn't one that was particularly well known to me, and as I was reading the text, I thought I would just read it out loud. I would love, Rusty, you're watching this. I'd love to see a good tune for this, I think it could be really lovely. So I'll just read it through. We look upon our enemies and ask, how would they dare to strike a blow, cut short a life, bring suffering and despair? We need God's help to understand, forgive, and then extend a hand. Guide us now. Teach us how we should forgive. All are one and loved by you. We have a choice: demand revenge, our anger as our guide, or find the will to turn a cheek, to put revenge aside. Forgive, but not condone the deed. Begin the healing, plant the seed. Guide us now. Teach us how we should forgive. All are one and loved by you. A day may come when some will see an enemy in me, for I can threaten and destroy, cause grief and injury. Then will my victim, feeling pain, forgive me, though the scars remain. Guide us now, teach us how we should forgive. All are one and loved by you. Where do we find the character to let offenses go? We look to one who never raised a hand or struck a blow, who looked tormentors in the face, responding to their hate with grace. Guide us now. Teach us how we should forgive. All are one and loved by you. A lovely text from Jackie. Thank you, Jackie, for that one. And we're going to end with, actually, back a page, 22. The tune that this one's... Oh, I did finally go to the right. The tune's by is Endless Song. Bum 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 ba da da da. Dun, dun, da, 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 dun, dun. Like that. I mean, there's various arrangements of that tune. I feel like every hymnal uses a different version of the tune just to keep us on our toes. But that's the one we'll do this morning, or that I'll do. And this is a text by Ruth Duck. We humans build to frame a life. It's in some hymnals, but it's also in this collection. Anything you use from this collection, if you do have one license or CCLI and you can report it, that is preferred, so that the artists do get, a little bit contributed. But if you're in the midst of a crisis, it's not necessary to worry about those things. We just really want you to use these as part of your pastoral care for your congregation. So that's how the copyright works for this entire collection. So we'll end with, we humans build to frame a life, to Endless Song. This one's more hopeful, not joyful even, in the sense that even in the midst of trials and tribulations, we find that deep joy and hope in Jesus, and in what God can do. So let's sing this last one together, and then I will bid you adieu. I hope you've drank some coffee or tea or whatever hot beverage you enjoy in the morning. And we'll see you for next month's Coffee and Hymns. We humans build to frame a life with meaning, love, and feeling. But time or hate can bring collapse, and loss can leave us reeling. Let faithful souls from rubble rise to find new ways from sorrow, and slowly, slowly form a shape to welcome God's tomorrow. For everything our hands construct will one day fall and crumble. The God who is a carpenter creates from scrap and jumble. and we can join the work of God to raise a new creation, that what we do will long endure upon a firm foundation. We dedicate ourselves today amid life's change and danger to build with God a house of peace for friend and foe and stranger. Here may the peoples come and go, delight in shared endeavor, set free from terror, hate, and war, alive in God forever. Take care. Thanks for joining me.